It's so character building that it applies to anything that you do in your life. So do weightlifting if you want to be successful. I'd say the biggest thing that I've learnt is that I need new gym clothes. God's sake, Han. I've been wearing the same gym clothes since 2016. Welcome back to my channel. This week I'll be doing a video about my weightlifting journey, or how I got into weightlifting. It's essentially going to be a couple of tips and tricks about how to get into weightlifting, how to stick at weightlifting, how to get good at weightlifting, and finally what I've learned from my journey in weightlifting over the past 4 years. So let's go back in time to 2016, where I was a spring chicken, 18 years of age. God, that was a long time ago. So I was 18 years old. I had just come over from Belgium to do an accounting and finance degree, would you believe it? And it was at Brunel University in Uxbridge. I had only just started and I was walking around the Freshers' Fair checking out the competition. I saw this stand where they had like pictures of people like chucking weight above their heads, like they were talking about weightlifting. I was like, ooh, sounds like a bit of me. So I went along to the taster session. I remember just like having this stick and like chucking it about, and I was like, what's this about? Seems pretty easy. I'll give this a go. And it was, wow. I never actually imagined how difficult it would be. When you think about just picking up a weight and just doing that, it's like simples. No. So that was the beginning of the weightlifting journey. The 4 years it has taken me to get to where I am now. Wow. So back in 2016, I was doing about 35 snatch, 45 clean and jerk. I remember my first ever experience of like a competition was we were trying to raise money for cancer, and I went along and tried to like max out both my lifts, and Brunel taught me a lot about just the basics of weightlifting. I got like pretty strong. I managed to get like an 87.5 squat, failed a 100 squat, but I was trying my best and I was trying to like improve. So that whole year was more about like building the basics, building the strength in order to be able to do weightlifting. So fast forward, beginning 2017, I moved home. I was looking for somewhere that I would be able to continue to do weightlifting. And I found Naga Dijed, who was at the time CrossFit Da Vinci. So it's like somewhere in Belgium where there's a CrossFit box. And it was a max out every session. Like if you're trying to learn how to be confident with weight and attack a weight, his class is where you need to be. So go to Brussels, book your train ticket, book your flight, and go there. And at that time I think I progressed quite a lot. So I went from like a 35 snatch to like 42.5 to like 60 clean and jerk, which was pretty good. At the time I was like ecstatic with my progress. The technique itself needed a little bit of refining. It wasn't great, but it taught me a lot about how to build confidence, like really trust that you can actually do the weights, like actually apply myself to the sport rather than going in and treating it just like a gym session. So that would be my tip number one. Don't treat weightlifting like you're just going to the gym. So let's fast forward to end of 2017, beginning 2018. I had moved to Bath University to try and give university another go. There was no weightlifting club because Bath thought that it was too associated with steroids. And now I'm pretty sure they have a club, so well done. So anyways, we're going through the year, didn't really have much of like a program, sort of just followed like this online programming. I got pretty strong on it, to be fair. Started cleaning like 80. I think I clean and jerked 80 that year as well. I went and did a comp in Sheffield, and I managed to clean and jerk 80, which was like massive for me. At the time I was still only snatching like 55. I later on went to do the students, which I did like 55, grinded out an 80 kilo clean that almost destroyed my soul. I think I stopped halfway through the clean. But that was one of the greatest things that I've done. Tip number 2, get some competition experience. So fast forward to end of 2018, moved back to Maidstone, and I joined a gym called Core. I think that's where weightlifting became like a part of my life, that I did consistently rather than just as like a hobby. My numbers sort of stuck around the same because again I didn't have that like team environment to push me. So tip number 3, get yourself a team environment. So then we're moving on from Core. I've grown up. I've decided I'm not going to do uni, so I finally give up on that idea. I get myself a full-time job and I move it down to Surrey. So in Surrey, there's a gym called Locker 27, and there's a weightlifting club called Locker 27 Weightlifting. Duh. And I joined that about a year ago now. Since I've moved to Locker 27, my journey in weightlifting has changed completely. The training environment is just amazing. It was at this stage that I've made the biggest progression, both in terms of like mentally and physically. So I went from 55 to 61, 62, 65, and then I went from a 80 clean and jerk to an 82 to 85 to 87 to 89. So over the year it's been a massive increase, but it has been like little chunks of improvement. You just can't give up. So what I wanted to say in tip number 4 is that weightlifting is just hard work. As our coach at Locker 27 would say, that's all it is. So if you're willing to put in the time, make sacrifices and train hard, you will get somewhere within the sport and you will enjoy it and you will reap all of the benefits that come with weightlifting. If you did enjoy this type of video, do let me know. I'd love to hear about your weightlifting journey and how far you've come. So let me know in the comments below. If you did like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I will be back next week with more videos.